Welcome one all to more Trails in the Sky. Second chapter. Last time we left off, we had arrived to in front of the final boss doors. Door. So let's, without further ado, go on in. At the end of this hall is the final boss. And I guess random enemies to grind on? That's kind of weird. Didn't think there'd be enemies down here I could grind on, but there they are, spawning in. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the home of all that is sacred. Joshua! You passed the final trial. Excellent, excellent. Be proud. You are worthy to be present for the resurrection of the signing ring, the aureole. Yeah, not interested in all that. Thanks. I'm here to put a stop to all this stupid weirdness. And I'm here to get Joshua back. Yes, Sally, I'm afraid that won't be happening. What do you mean, Joshua? Hey? No matter no matter how you try to deny it, the truth remains. Joshua's mind is little more than a construct. The stigmata on the shoulder is proof. Proof that he is of Ouroboros, that he is my possession. How dare you? Perhaps if Joshua had somehow erased the stigmata of his own will, he could have found release. But alas, he never managed to get that far. It would be best if I kept him as a research subject for a bit longer. Such unbelievable evil. You really are as much of a monster as they say. Goodness me, such insults, and how impotent they are. You see, I suspect Joshua realized very quickly that what the stigmata on the soldier meant. Surely he knew something like this exact situation would occur. Yet he never breathed a word of his troubles to any of you, did he? Not even a whisper. And conversely, none of you were sensitive enough to notice his pain. What power these bonds of yours have. What complete earth-shaking potential. But come now, there is no need for such long faces. You have been granted the privilege of being here for this glorious moment. All that remains now is to make the correct choice. Privilege? Choice? What are you going on about? Perhaps I should start from the very beginning. How much do you know, I wonder? About the city and the events that occurred here, and the aureole nearly 1,200 years old before our time. So that's the aureole. It most certainly is. One of the ultimate artifacts capable of producing literally endless power and shaping miracles with it. But the ancients sealed it away, despite its limitless science-shattering potential. Why do you think they would do such a thing? You were too busy struggling with what was before you to bother learning anything, I suppose. Well, then allow me to play the role of professor once more and elucidate the truth of the matter. A millennia ago, Adios of the Sky granted humanity the 7 treasures. For brevity's sake, we'll say each one utilized a facet of reality in order to manifest miracles in their own way. Humanity split into 7 factions, each centered around a treasure, to pursue an ideal based on the powers of the given treasure. One such ideal was this Liber Ark, a city in the sky with the aureole at its center. A paradise removed from the troubles of the ground, where each man's gospel could grant any wish throughout the aureole. Mankind lived a bountiful life here, absolutely free of strife. Over time, however, people's lives were swallowed up in an artificial bliss granted to them by the aureole. Not just physical ecstasy, but even dreams were provided by the aureole. False realities granted people long-sought spiritual fulfillment. The people of Liber Ark depended on miracles that were all neurotic, began treading the path of annihilation. The Ark's inhabitants lost all sense of ambition and ethics and slid into madness and despair. Birth rates dropped catastrophically while suicides and bizarre crime ran rampant, and the whole society walked the path to a slow demise. But the Oriole passed no judgment on these people. It merely granted the miracle disaster of it. And so the shining jewel of the sky became a den of chaos and evil. This was the situation Celestia Osley and her conspirators faced over 1,000 years ago. They built the seal and the device towers, even as they fought off the guardians of the Ariel, which it sent forth to save itself. And at last they sealed not just the Ariel, but the entire city in another dimension. That's what happened 1,200 years ago? I never would have imagined. I will grant that the Elder Osleys did quite well given the circumstances. But think for a moment. The cost of Celestia's victory was humanity being cast forth into the land of chaos, forced to start again from nearly nothing. Think of all the suffering man endured then and endures now as man savages one another with endless petty wars. Can it truly be said that she made the right decision? Well, on the other hand, we have regained orbital technology and once again live beautiful, bountiful, easy lives. At this rate, only two ends are possible. Either we continuously seek to dominate one another and unable to control ourselves, obliterate each other in an orgy of conflict. That sounds pretty cool, actually. Or, like the people of old, we sink into neurotic self-pleasure. Let automated systems run the world and live as farm animals. Either physical or mental annihilation awaits. There is but one single path for humanity if it wishes to survive. The beast of mankind must be led to the point where they attain the two things required for true enlightened sentience: a flawless rationality capable of resisting any temptation and unswayed even by the fiercest circumstances, a peerless intelligence capable of finding the correct solution unmoved by crude emotions. This is the true goal of the gospel plan, to do what even the ancients could not, to advance our minds to say to what they should be. So basically your plan is Cyrus from Pokemon Diamond and Pearl minus wiping out the universe. What? You're actually serious. What madness. I would so appreciate it if you would not look at me as if I were I cannot pronounce things sometimes. Megalomaniacal lunatic. Man cannot help but change and reform through fear when confronted with something beyond his imagining. In that sense, what better tool exists to drive evolution forward than the Oriole? I will guide mankind to the correct path of salvation with this great treasure from Adios. That is my duty as one of the Angus, my duty to Ouroboros and its master. Boy, I bet you're a real hit at parties. Not. Oh, what's that? A flawless rationality capable of resisting any temptation unswayed even by the fiercest of circumstances? Peerless intelligence capable of finding the correct solution unmoved by crude emotion? What's the point in any of this? It seems someone was sleeping during my lecture. As I said, mankind faces annihilation through either conflict or mental entropy. The only way we can... No, I heard the lecture just fine. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm trying to say is, isn't there something we can do about the problems you described if we know they exist? What? It's like Joshua said to Loie, we aren't completely powerless. They might not be guided by flawless, peerless, whatever, but everyone's working together to get through the crisis going on right now. I've gone across all of Liberal, literally walked the whole damn country, twice, and seen it with my own eyes. Don't you think we're capable of getting along just fine without some kind of forceful grand transformation? Really now, eking out survival by flocking together is how beasts and insects live. Is that really all you have to offer on the potential of humanity as it stands now? Is there anything else I need to offer? Is there a problem with being the same? I mean, we're living beings too, you know. And heck, aren't I just talking about the strength of life? I don't think people are just animals, of course. I just think that living honestly with that spark of life from others as your driving force, that's what it means to live. People don't need to be omnipotent super beings or whatever you want them to be. People just need to be aware of one another and help each other out. And you know what? I bet the people who sealed the oil away in the first place felt the same way. I mean, sure, making miracles mundane and relying on nothing but them is really bad by itself, but the biggest problem there, more than anything, is that it makes it so there's no point in knowing or helping each other. That's awful. You're right. A man can only be a man because it's others who make the man. You nailed it, Estelle. And still sticking with the mutual assistance argument that involves the power of human bonds of all things. I would ask you to read a history book before saying such nonsense, Miss Bright. As an example, consider the overpowering nation-crushing machine called war. Is man only capable of being ground beneath its treads? Absolutely not. In the middle of the biggest war in Marvel's history, my mother gave her life to save mine. Because of that, I chose the path of the Bracer. And now look at me. I'm here to stop the crisis you caused and prevent another war from breaking out. All that's, in the end, to my mother. Hell, I'd say you just made my point for people. People are not powerless, not against anything. You're quite good at trite answers if nothing else. If you really seriously believe people are powerless, you've really convinced yourself humanity can only be saved by you turning us into emotionless super beings. Then that makes you really pathetic, I think. What? I mean, that means you've never known the joy of trusting someone or helping them. To think that your only smug satisfaction comes from watching people struggle. That's too sad. But even if I feel sorry for you, I am a Bracer. I can't imagine the fact that you're getting a lot of people involved in your little pity party. Sorry, but I'm afraid we're going to have to put a stop to you by force. You ignorant little girl, how dare you talk to me like that? Very well, then the professor would like for you to prove your theory. Yeah, this evil eye again? Damn. What the fuck is this shit? Do be patient for a moment, everyone. I promise this will be quite a show. What are you planning, Weissman? Joshua, forward. Joshua, no. Come on, Miss Bright, do show me. You claim humanity can stand against forces larger than itself? Show me proof you can stand against despair. Fine, then. Dragon's my cool puppet. He has no will. Phantom Ray! Joshua. Oh, quite an impressive move. Leaving him with the divine blade for a while seems to have paid off nicely. It does always feel good to see a product of one's craft honed to an even finer edge. You awful. And now for the climax of our little show. Joshua sees her. No. And he's on top of you. Estelle! And thus the strength of humanity proves to be nothing more than a house of cards before a hurricane. But I'm an academic, after all. I do understand the necessity of proof, so we'll have Joshua provide the final test. What? What indeed? It will be a simple experiment. I'm going to have Joshua into your life. Once you are dead by his hand, I will break his hypnosis and return him to his senses. No, you can't. Oh, I do wonder what kind of expression Joshua will have on seeing you dead at his feet. Doesn't it just get your blood pumping? Don't even think about it. If you do that, Joshua he'd... Yes, this time his heart may be crushed into powder. If that happens, however, all I need to do is construct him a new persona. And then I can offer him the chance to become human again and observe the results. I can hardly wait. Stop it, it's cruel, isn't it? Now come, Joshua, end her. Joshua, I'm sorry I said I wouldn't die. I promised I'd walk with you. Joshua, no, but I believe in you. Joshua, don't give in. Don't run away from reality, even if I die. To be honest, if you did die, I'm not sure I could face reality. What? That's checkmate. Joshua? Sorry, Estelle. I didn't mean to scare you like that. What is this absurd? He can't possibly have reclaimed his will with the... Wait. The Sigmata. What happened to the Sigmata on your shoulder? Oh yes, that. The Sigmata you carved into my flesh and mind is gone. Thanks to you, it's been shattered. But how? I had a hypnotic wedge of sorts jammed into the Stigmata, keyed to a particular command. I've been poking at the verge of my own. I've been poking at that wedge on my own since then, getting it ready to shatter the Stigmata the instant someone put pressure on it. What you? A what now? A wedge. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to keep our promise the way things were going, so I asked Kevin for a little hypnotic assistance after we crashed. Kevin. Guilty as charged. Honestly, I wasn't even sure what to make of this crazy plan at first. But if he'd bet wrong, I dread to think that what could have ended up happening. So hey, good job beating the odds there, Jay. Thank you, Kevin. Not what I expected, but I'm not gonna complain. Father Graham, was it? I thought you were just a fledgling little squire, but it seems I underestimated your bag of cute tricks. A mistake I will not repeat. I'd say it's more of the guidance of Adios than anything. I guess I really shouldn't expect you to get it. What with you turning your back on the faith and all. Besides, it wasn't really my idea to start with. Someone else gave Joshua the idea and I just ran with it. What? Who else? No, Cassius Bright, damn it! Dad? Oh, the letter he gave you before we got in the aerosol? Yes, that was why he wanted to make sure only I read the letter, just in case anyone was listening. I suspect your best chance of beating the curse lies in Father Graham's hands. How to use that key is a decision that must be yours alone to make. Win your freedom by predicting what Weissman will do. That's just like General Bright. Well, for crying out, Dad could have dropped me a hint at least. Damn it. Honestly, I had been worried about it for a long time. I kept wondering what would you make me do if you took control of me again. And so, knowing you, I decided to bet everything on one idea. And you couldn't possibly resist ordering me to do the one thing I feared the most. And sure enough, you ordered it, and that broke the Stigmata. I'm finally completely free of you. Joshua, you foolish little child. If you had just obeyed me, you could have aspired to such heights. I could have advanced you in ways you could not even dream of. That sounds so weird. Much like how Estelle turned you down once, I really have no interest in any of that. Besides, if I had learned anything in this whole journey, is that one's path in life isn't given by someone else. It's something you find with others as you search for it, no matter how dark your surroundings. Absurd. The history of man is stained with the blood of fools who tried finding your path. Without a guiding light to shine on that road, they shall remain lost. You're wrong. We use the light we give off. We each give off to find our own way together. That is how we found our way here through all your cynical traps. That's right. You do like your speeches, don't you, you shambling Reckman enforcer? Show me then. Show me this light you claim will guide you through this darkness. And I shall show you in turn the blinding light of a loyal servant of the Grandmaster, the power of the Faceless, one of the Angus. Bring it on. The one thing blinded, the one being blinded here is you. Okay, so he has these stupid robo things, not robo. Combat skulls, combat shells. They don't have enough for your fall, let me just put up them. Another dimension!
How does that
Oh great, now she's confused. Stupid robots.
We're good to go!
Didn't survive like one more turn of the Robo Rush. Yeah, I don't want that straight plus.
Now, light of the heavens, feel these battered wings. Radiant flash!
Fall goes up, and Chloe is out of the waterfall, damn it. Good with full power on this thing, but I kind of really want to kill these stupid robots.
I will run no more.
He stopped running again. Yeah, we'll just run up to them and help my stick. And do 1,000 damage, oh dear god.
Had enough.
Sit there after the garden. They're all arts in this thing. Let's see. Yep, they're guarding us all arts. Great, now Kevin can't do shit. Alright, let me actually get up to. He probably has the interrupt on. Yep, can't use arts. So shoot him with this arrow. And then cast this baby.
I hold in my hand the chalice of heaven. May its holiest of lights act as our
I
shield.
did more damage, but I got what I needed to.
Shut up!
Lost Mobius. Everyone's favorite game, Robo Rush. Need for you guys to stop in and capture quick. Use that. Still a bit faster. And let me also heal up Kevin. And their stupid art guard disappeared like I'm freaking hit these things with arts. Gilly so far on top of the guy. And he's been sealed to another dimension. Put down an arch guard. Alright, I have to use Death Spring because using my arch guard anymore and they need to die. Ah, those stupid barriers up again. Now he writes the line, of course, you exile us out. Hey, Kevin's back, yay. Strength up here.
Run no more.
Phantom Ray!
Ready! Phantom Ray!
Yay! The robots are dead. Now Kevin needs a normal charge. And also to clear that debuff.
Be gone!
Kevin's supposed to be able to mess that placement up. Oh well. Can't hit you with arts anyway right now, so I'm gonna hit you with this arrow doing damage. Like you keep sending my people into the dark dimension, stop that. Still, sending my dudes to Dark Dimension thing has got to stop Weissman. It's super annoying.
This is me. How does that?
It's never enough HP, and Kevin and Joshua are in another dimension, so don't feel this. But now she's confusing him.
We're good to go!
Stop getting confused, girl. Jeez. You ran out of items to give that direct confusion. I'm sorry. Is that what you want to hear?
Dare to behold true fear.
Stop that.
How does that?
Give us after the bitch. Oh, great. Stell's is just completely down. You just got in the way. You just got close to the stick. Look, there's something that was locked out. So it's my magic at the end of this boss fight. That would suck if it didn't.
You ready?
Okay! Right!
There's whale on this whole field.
Here we go!
Shut up.
Yep, now we all need to watch this. Hey, Dutch, let's go twice. I can't hit you. Oh, great, he's doing another dimension again. Ah, crap, he's doing another dimension again.
How does that?
Okay, once HP's a little low, this will be critical damage time.
Squim!
I really want to see Estelle's Aspirant. Well, they have come for the next boss fight. Just because he's that much better. But Estelle can't reach him. Do it! I want to get into this boss right now, and I got Kevin to 100. It's all that matters.
Wanna see what I got? Ha! Yeah! Yeah! Too slow! Ha! Wheel of time! Piece of cake!
Everyone levels up.